If I had to start a blog from scratch in 2026, I would do a lot of things differently from when I first started blogging. I tried a lot of things to make blogging work for me. I've even had a few failed blogs in the past. But over the years, I finally learned what works and what is a huge waste of time. And if you are starting a blog right now, or if you are thinking about starting one, I want to give you exactly what works so you can avoid a lot of the mistakes that new bloggers make. So if I were starting a blog right now, here's exactly what I would do. Step 1 is you want to choose a niche that solves a problem. One of the biggest mistakes that new bloggers make is they choose a niche that is too broad or it's based only on what they personally like. I've gotten clients come to me for Pinterest management and the only thing that they share on their blog is family vacations, personal stories, personal photos, and I cannot drive traffic to a blog that is only sharing stuff like that. Now, it's totally okay to blog about something that you're interested in. I 100% encourage that. But the big question that you need to be asking yourself is, what problem does this blog solve? People search for things online because they are trying to figure something out. Maybe they want to learn how to start a blog. Maybe they want to learn how to garden properly. But no matter what, they are looking for information, and your blog is going to help them get there easier, better, and faster. So if I were starting over, I would not worry about choosing the perfect niche. Instead, I would focus on choosing a niche where I can consistently create content that helps people figure something out or do something, and something that people are actively searching for. Because when your blog solves real problems, that is when you start getting the traffic. Step 2, you want to set up your blog correctly from day 1. Now, I started out on Wix.com and I hated it. I had no idea what I was doing and it was super, super difficult. Then I heard about WordPress, but I went to the wrong WordPress because there is 2 versions. There's a free version and a paid version. I started on the free version, which is WordPress.com. And it was way easier, technically speaking, like technologically, it was easier to set up than it was Wix. But it was also not what I was looking for. So when I finally landed on WordPress.org, which is the self-hosted version of WordPress, that was exactly what I was looking for. And if you're looking to make money blogging, this is where you want to start. And you don't need anything fancy to start. You can get super, super fancy with a WordPress site, but you don't need to. All you really need is a theme and some form of hosting so that your blog can be live on the internet. I recommend beginner bloggers use Bluehost for their hosting. They're super affordable and they are easy to use for beginners. That's what I always recommend. So I will link them down below. And then the places that I recommend that you get a theme is either Creative Market or Etsy. And then once you are signed up with Bluehost and you have your theme done, you can start working on the pages that you need for your blog. And you really just need a few simple pages to get started. You want an about page, a contact page, a clear home page, and then a place where your blog posts live. So a blog page. I would also recommend that you start an email list early. Now, really all you need to do is come up with some sort of freebie that you can offer to your audience within your blog post, and they will sign up for them. You can get their email, and then you have the ability to email them whenever you have a new offer, a new blog post, a new product, or you just want to say hey and give them some free information for being on your email list. It's basically just a list of your most dedicated subscribers that will keep coming back to read more of your content. So I have personally used ConvertKit for my email provider in the past, and they are the best if you ask me. But the biggest thing I would focus on when you are really early in your blog is getting traffic. Once you launch your blog, I am sure you are ready to get traffic to your blog as soon as possible. But it's probably going to be some time before you see the traffic that you're hoping for. Now, it doesn't mean it is impossible, but of course, blogging takes time, and so does growing traffic. Now, for most bloggers, the 2 biggest long-term traffic sources that you're going to find are going to be Google and Pinterest. And what makes these platforms so powerful is you can get long-term evergreen traffic from them, meaning you can post a blog post and you can get just evergreen traffic from Google. You don't really have to do much else once you are ranking on Google, or you could post a pin on Pinterest and so many people can see it years down the line. It's evergreen, it's always driving traffic. And that is very, very different from social media platforms where your post usually gets lost within a few hours or a day. So instead of focusing all of your energy on platforms that require constant posting like TikTok, I would personally focus on Pinterest and creating content for platforms that will get me traffic long term. Now, Pinterest is obviously my personal favorite for growing traffic for your blog, and I've been using them for years for my own blog, and I also offer Pinterest management where I help other people get traffic for their blogs as well. It is a great source of traffic if you know what you are doing. Now, step 4 is to create content that people are already searching for. When it comes to blog content, the goal is to not just write about a bunch of random topics. The goal is to create content that answers a specific question that your audience is searching for, and you want kind of all of your blog posts to be pretty relevant to each other. And this is where search-based content becomes really powerful. If someone types in something like how to start a blog or how to grow a garden and your blog post shows up, that is how you're going to get the traffic. So instead of just doing random guessing on what people are looking for. Make sure you are doing keyword research for your blog post and just seeing what other people are actually searching so that you can write a blog post on that. Things like tutorials, step-by-step guides, and beginner explanations do really well on platforms like Google and Pinterest, and they get a lot of traffic because beginners are always searching for answers to things. Now, the simplest way to do keyword research is to just go to Google and Pinterest and type whatever blog post idea you have into the search bar, and then check out that drop-down menu and see what is coming up in the predictive text, because that is what people are searching for. Those are keywords, and you can use those in your blog post to get ranked on Google or ranked on Pinterest and get seen for those searches. Now, step 5 is to be consistent, but make sure not to burn yourself out. So one thing that I would focus on is sustainable consistency. A lot of new bloggers are super excited to get started and they want to see the traffic, so they post a bunch of content all at once and then they burn themselves out because they didn't see the results right away. And I have burned myself out way too many times by doing too much. I recently did a whole burnout series right here on the channel and just took 7 months off because I was burned out. But blogging and content creation in general is more of a long-term strategy. So it is much better to post one high-quality blog post every single week than posting a bunch of blog posts in a month and then taking 2 months off because you stressed yourself out too much. I've also made the mistake over the years of wanting to put out a bunch of content quickly and just kind of half-assing my posts and putting them out there for the sake of putting them out there. And then years or months later, I realized that content wasn't even good. It's not driving traffic. It was completely pointless and a waste of time for me to post, and I ended up deleting it. So it really isn't even worth it to force yourself to put out a bunch of content for the sake of posting. I would rather you focus on one blog post, write it really well, get it to rank on the first page of Google and get a ton of traffic than have 10 garbage posts on your blog because you want to look like you have a bunch of content. So if you slow down and do things right from the beginning, things will go much smoother for you. Now, if I were starting a blog in 2026, I would want to be making money as early and quickly as I could. But this is another thing that you can't really rush. Making money does take time, but you can speed up the process a little bit if you know what you're doing. Now, affiliate marketing is one of the most common ways that bloggers earn an income. This is where you recommend products or tools that you genuinely use to your audience, and then you give them a special link and you get a commission when they buy from that link. I make a few $100 a month just from recommending one single product. Now, some bloggers also make money through creating products, offering services, or you can also make money through ads once your blog grows a little bit. Now, I do my digital products through Gumroad. I also have a Pinterest course available. I offer a few Pinterest services, and I make money through my YouTube ads as well. Now, of course, that has nothing to do with blogging, but it is just another piece of my business where I can make money. The important thing to start thinking about is what income source do you want to try first, and pick one of them to get started, not all of them all at once, and figure out how your blog can support itself. Especially if you're spending money on it, you want to be able to have some sort of kickback and get money to at least run your blog and hopefully make a profit as well. Now, my goal personally has always been passive income, and I actually achieved that because when I took my 7-month break not too long ago, I was able to make an income every single month, regardless of the fact that I was not working. And I talked about that in this video right here. If you want to make money blogging, you can absolutely turn this into an income stream when you build things strategically. Now, if I was starting a blog in 2026, I would focus less on doing things perfectly and way more on doing things strategically. I know in the beginning, I focused on a lot of small stuff that did not matter because I was afraid to do all of the big stuff that was actually going to be moving the needle, and I wasted a lot of time. But if you are just getting started, the most important thing that you need to focus on is getting your blog up and running with Bluehost and start creating helpful content. Because the sooner you start, the sooner your blog has the potential to grow. And if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to like if you like, subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.